The Supreme Court hands President Trump a pair of immigration wins. Fox 5's chief legal correspondent, Katie Barlow, has more from court.
Two major decisions today from the United States Supreme Court granting the Trump administration big wins in immigration cases. Both were 6-3 along ideological lines, both delivered by one of the court's most senior and most conservative members, Justice Samuel Alito. The first will allow the Trump administration to turn away asylum seekers at the U.S. Mexico border. The court clarified what it means to arrive in the United States for the purposes of the Immigration and Nationality Act, which allows individuals to be inspected by an immigration officer and claim asylum. And the court said that you have to actually cross the threshold of the United States in order to be able to claim asylum, and that will allow the Trump administration to stop asylum seekers right at the border. And the second that will affect a number of individuals in our area involves temporary protected status. The Supreme Court cleared the way for the Trump administration to end temporary protected status for Syrian and Haitian nationals. Temporary protected status was created by Congress back in 1990, and it allows the Department of Homeland Security and the Secretary to grant special status to individuals to come into the country and work here when it's not safe for them to return to their home country, either because of a war or because of some extraordinary event, a natural disaster. Haiti was granted temporary protected status after the earthquake in 2010, and I believe as of last year, there was an estimated 330,000 Haitian nationals in the United States. Syrians were granted temporary protected status in 2012. A number of those individuals live in our region in particular. I believe there's about 4,000 estimated last year Syrian nationals in the United States. What the court said is the Trump administration will be able to enforce ending that temporary protected status for those individuals while they continue to make their legal challenge in court. And while today was two big wins for the Trump administration, there are still some big question marks that remain about presidential power. We will get more decisions from the Supreme Court on Monday morning, including potentially birthright citizenship and the ability of the president to fire individuals from so-called independent agencies.